like to lead us? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Camille, would you like to do a brief invocation?
Thanks for that explanation. All right. Dear Lord, we come to you today with the last meeting right before the election tomorrow. Lord, we ask that this meeting would be fruitful, would be peaceful, and respectful towards one another. We ask that you bless our election tomorrow and bless this meeting. In your name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Okay, did everybody sign the attendance sheet? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second. No.
Jerry?
My name is
Yeah,
second.
Andrew second.
Oh, you got it. Second.
Andrew second.
Oh, Andrew second.
Okay. All right, we're going to go on to the election of new officers. So deputy committee people, elected and appointed committee people. Let's do this in the back room.
Yes.
So I make a motion for Judy
Hold it.
to be considered.
What grant?
I'm going to second.
Oh. well,
Okay,
what do you-
Grant second.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else interested in being treasurer?
I am Denise Salvino.
Okay. Sorry, so we got, and then do you have a motion for Denise? I'll motion for her. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And Annette did the second. Okay. So, okay, let's do a hand, or anybody else? Anybody else for treasurer? Which of the two candidates are this one?
Three.
No,
We're doing two lots.
Judy and then Denise.
Okay, so let's do, raise your hands if you want Judy for treasurer. All right.
One moment, get the count, please.
Get the.
Yeah, all right, I did count. One, are you gonna go for treasurer?
It doesn't
All right,
matter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm 15, and then Victor gave me his proxy, so that's 16. Okay, and then let's do a vote for Denise.
Can we not listen to them pitch?
What's that?
Can we not listen to them?
Give a pitch.
Give a pitch?
why they're running.
presentation?
Yeah, just like a
Why they
little,
wanna do
I want to do it instead of a wild caucus, you mean, just let everybody.
just to hear like a paragraph of their experience or background or qualifications.
Well, wait
Yeah.
a second, in all fairness, we weren't able to do that at the caucus. I don't think that's really matters at this point, or it's.
No, it's overwhelming, you just,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't matter. No, that's okay. We
She's
know
running
the
against
organization runs, it's fine.
No,
worries.
they have points, so let's not bring up the past, okay? So,
what is the vote for the alternate, please?
so
Is there a vote?
16 to 2.
Two.
Judy got 16, Denise got
Did
2,
you? One,
I believe, right? Or did you vote 2?
I voted for her, yeah.
All right, so 3. I'm sorry.
I abstained because I want to hear.
You abstained?
Yeah, I want to hear from the candidate. I
Well,
want.
then, does everybody want to hear from the two people who?
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
We should make a vote for that then, to see if we want to.
Well, Judy, why don't you tell everybody your experience that will qualify you for treasurer?
Well, I'm new to the Lockport organization here, but I have experience in life stuff from the past when I was a teacher for 30-some years, and I retired. And I was a treasurer for like the swim team and the scouts and the PTA. I think that I'm very honest, and I have served my community and the Grand Haven, which is close, and I'm the president of the Generation Club there, so I'm responsible for coming up with fun things to do with our grandchildren every month. Let's see, I might have something else here to say. I was, at my church, I was on the mission work area, and so we took in all the money and we delegated it out to which local, nation, statewide organizations and churches that deserved our money. That was the mission work area. And I don't know, I mean, you have to get started somewhere, so.
Did you discuss this position with the current treasurer?
Yes, I did.
All right, so you understand the duties and responsibilities that you have?
Yes. I talked to
Okay.
Grant.
And Denise, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Denise Salvino. I'm also fairly new to the organization, but feel that I've really jumped in with both feet. And for all the organizations that I've been involved in the past, I give 110% in everything that I do. Since I've lived in Lockport for 17 years, I've been involved in St. Dennis. I ran a lot of their fundraisers, which also involved raising a lot of money. For our campaign now for running for trustee, we have had to fundraise like crazy ourselves and have been responsible for pulling in $15,000 to $20,000 in a short period of time. Hard workers. I've also been treasurer, bowling league, school, scouts, all that kind of stuff. I just want to help this LTRO organization really grow, get some precinct committeemen out there, have some more boots on the ground that can help the next group of people that's going to be running for office, because we really need to get the Republicans more involved. We really need to have more of a presence in there, and fighting amongst each other is not going to get us there. We need to work together, and we just really need to move forward in the right direction.
Does it satisfy you, Camille?
Yes.
Does that change anybody's vote? Camille, would you like to vote now, or are you still
Appreciate
going
that.
to abstain?
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really
It
matter.
Doesn't matter.
How I vote.
Okay.
Always matters.
Okay, the next position is secretary. Bill Cooper expressed interest in it to me. Has anybody else have interest in secretary? Going once, going twice. On free time. Nobody else has interest in secretary. You can run again for secretary if you want.
I'm not going to get votes for anything. Why would I bother?
That's not true.
I appreciate it.
That's not true.
How do you know?
There might be an opportunity for growth, like you said.
Hey, you should at least try, even if you're going to lose.
Okay, I'll put my name out there for everything. Want me to give you a different spiel about my secretary? I was a legal secretary for 20 years. I work in administration. I also work at Ltro University. I've been there for 12 years. Started working for the Vice President of Advancement. I'm now in meetings and events, so I plan, we've done COVID procedures, protocols, so I'm really good at taking notes and keeping track of things too. So there's that experience.
Okay. Bill, would you like to?
Sure. I'm kind of new to the organization also. I was elected to the Douglas County Board in 2000 and 2010, three terms. So I'm fairly familiar with county government and local governments for that matter. I've served my country in the Vietnam era. I also was the secretary for my Lions Club, for the Boy Scouts of America, right now it's for the American Legion. I belonged to the American Legion for 40 years. And I take pride in what past commander for the force, for the American Legion at Post 854, and also past commander for the 8th District. I do take my job as a secretary seriously because minutes are very important to any organization so that they can go back and look at what happened. So sometimes there's questions that come up, and that's why minutes are so important, that they have to go back and research those items that are needed. That's about it. I've been secretary for a bunch of different organizations. I know how to take minutes. I usually use a small recording device so I don't miss anything. And I write them up in my own way. That's about it, sir.
Okay, anybody else interested in the position of secretary? Okay, then let's raise hands for Bill. The city hand count.
Bill
What?
and what's your name?
Denise.
Bill and Denise, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds like a representative.
so, all right,
Bill?
1, 2, 3, 4, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay.
There's no reason to vote for Denise.
What's
Well,
that?
they gotta have numbers in the minutes.
Okay,
I think I might have picked up
You
one or
still
two
got
this
a couple.
time. Come on, Mike.
All right. That was overwhelming, but
I might have
let's go
left
ahead.
you in here.
Let me just say something. Ladies and gentlemen, with respect to everyone here, regardless of your thoughts and ideas in past or future, in the interest of respect for the organization and moving forward, you want to vote because, first of all, it's a privilege and it's an honor in this organization for sure to vote your conscience, even if it looks like it's superfluous and you're the only one to vote for this or that person. For your conscience sake, you should vote. I'm done.
You switched my position, go ahead.
You see?
Very persuasive.
Yo, let's do this vote again. I don't know, I can't remember if I counted you, John. All right,
So
so.
what are we voting for now?
Denise.
No,
Let's
he's
go back
back
to
voting.
Bill.
He's starting over.
Oh,
at-
okay.
All right, so hands up for Bill again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 11.
And yourself?
All right, votes for Denise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's one behind you.
Behind you.
Yeah, I'll just vote, 'cause I
9.
did tell her to
Nine.
go.
Okay, so. Bill
At
got,
least we have competition.
Bill got 11, Denise got 9.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman, you got a different count than you had in the last election. You had 19 and now you got 20.
That's because Camille abstained the first one.
Because Camille didn't vote last time.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again.
Wasn't me.
Okay, the next position we're going to vote on is vice chair. I talked to Ed, and so I want to make a motion to nominate him. Do we have a second for Ed Piani?
I'll second.
And Bill's the second. All right, anybody else for vice chair?
Hey, I'll try for vice chair. I'm picking up votes every time. Maybe you guys will, you know.
Female.
Okay, Denise for vice, anybody else? Okay, let's start with Denise this time, so,
What a bill,
what?
Yeah, Ed.
qualifies.
Oh, yeah, okay, Ed, talk about your qualifications for vice chair. Give us a little spiel about yourself.
I'm short to talk, but long to write. I'm opinionated. I have my own thoughts and words. I'm willing to help out whichever way I can. I'm a committeeman for the 11th district. I worked a lot for the last election, this election, every election. I work closely with Bill, and we get along. And I have a lot of vices. Well, not.
Don't we all?
I'm also a Vietnam veteran. I also belong to the American Legion in Lockport,
18.
post 18. Right. And I'm also belong to the VFW. I have been around the block. I've run my own businesses. I worked for the state of Illinois for the last 10 years, and I'm recently retired and very happy about it.
Okay. Denise?
Sure, I'll add a few more things, why not? I'm a very, very hard worker, as some of you have heard from my other spiels going on here. I'm running for trustee. I have been out there. I feel very confident you will all see, regardless of the lack of assistance that we've gotten from the organization, we are gonna come up with a good portion of votes tomorrow because we have worked hard out there and we do have people who believe in us.
Good.
I am true to the party and would help support everybody regardless of what happens here tonight and who's put into the different positions. You will see me here at the next meeting next month. I am not walking away. We need to do something to fix this organization and fix the community around us just to make things better for the next election, which, as we know, they're right around the corner.
Literally.
That is all.
All right. Okay, let's start with Denise. Let's see your hands up. Who would want her for vice chair? One,
I gotta vote for
2,
myself.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Zion, you good?
I'm abstaining this one.
Okay. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay, I'm look because I thought you had expressed some interest as vice chair.
Huh?
Did you?
I spoke with George Pearson, and he said that I still need more experience to be able to do vice chair.
Okay. All right. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, so Denise got 6 votes. Okay, votes for Ed. I'm going to start right here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13.
13 being Victor Zach, a proxy.
Yes, being the
Victor.
proxy.
Yeah, for Victor.
So 13?
Yeah. And Denise got 6.
Got it. Thank you.
Joey's
Okay.
been elected.
Okay, all right, now we have nominations for chairman.
Nominate Bill.
All right, we got Bill. Anybody else?
No, I was second.
Going once?
Grant seconding it.
Grant second. Okay, Ed made the motion, Grant second. Anybody else for?
I'll nominate her.
And I'll
Okay.
second Camille.
Okay, and then we got Camille. Anybody else? Okay, Camille, go ahead and give your spiel.
Well, I've actually been approached by several people to run for chair of our LTRO. George is one of them. Tim Hendricks over at Joliet Township is another one. I was asked initially by Pete if I was interested in being chair, and at the time I was kind of back and forth between knowing if I wanted to or not, because I wanted to be sure that I could dedicate the time and the effort into growing the party and into the position. And I sat on it for probably too long, but my goal would be to try to bring us together to some level. I'm tired of division within the Republican Party, and it's going to destroy LTRO. So I'm not saying we have to all get along. I'm not saying we have to all be super friends, but we need to work together. We need to grow up, and we need to work together. So while I may not agree with everything that everybody has done or said, and I'm sure I've said things that I were mean-spirited as well, but in the spirit of moving on and growing the party, I am interested in being chair because I want to do what's right by us. And I would be sitting and making sure and learning about the position because I know it's big boots to fill. I would be hopefully getting trained by other chairmen, other township chairmen, and George.
No, it's your phone.
John, are you able to mute that?
$0 and 0 cents.
he
Extra
dating you?
cookies. Extra cookies.
Your computer making any noise? No, or his phone, I think. Okay, and Bill, go ahead. Give your
Well,
spiel.
here, I did do some preparing, if you can pass it up. In case I lose, I did want to, here, if you could pass those out. What I did is I kind of set up a plan for this coming year, whoever is elected into the position. You know, here's another thing too,
Here's something
is that
we can
this
share.
weekend,
Sure.
Are they supposed to be going to certain names?
yeah, that's the 16th precinct goes to
Oh,
Tom.
they have names and numbers,
Names.
sorry.
The precinct.
Oh, John, I got yours.
Mary Ann here.
Right.
John, I have one that has your name on it.
Right.
So is there one for 18 for Jesse? I'm gonna do
I
that.
wasn't able to,
22? No, Andrew.
okay, so the precinct that you're in.
You got the right one?
And your name's on it. Okay.
Which one do you have?
Order, please.
Is there an 18 anywhere?
You have mine?
I'm sorry?
18
What
anywhere?
about mine?
18?
I wasn't able to, okay, I wasn't able to print them all out. Who's the left? Piani. Ed Piani.
Just roll right in the zip rock.
Well, now that I know the name.
Yeah, there's the name of the
There's
precinct.
a learning curve that will.
Number,
So none of us got it.
precinct number.
None of our.
Okay.
So none of us got it.
Nice, yeah, well, okay.
I know, very.
Yeah, here's another thing I'd like to say, is that this weekend I celebrated my 51st wedding anniversary.
Excuse me.
Guys, let's keep it down.
We have just some order, please. Go ahead.
This weekend I celebrated my 51st wedding anniversary, and I told Tom Kelly that, and I said, what does that mean? And he said, that you're old. Okay, but what it also
You're not
means,
old.
yeah, I'm old.
You're not.
What it also means is that my son is 50, and my grandkids are 22. So I've got nobody at home to take care of. I was in business for myself, owned several dozen businesses, and hired hundreds of people. So I can delegate, I can train, and you know, that's what I have to offer. Also, to get started running, I wanted to update as much as I could. I updated in each one of the files. I've got the first one should be the Lockport Township committee people and their names and numbers. Some of them we don't have. If you take a look, you know, we have people that are leaving, and then we have voids. So we desperately need people to come in and fill in these voids. Also, the next sheet, pardon me?
We have people that are ready to go.
Okay, good. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you too is that I printed this out. I got a count from the county as far as how many people voted in the Lockport Township in the 2020 spring election, and there were 2,724 Republicans and 7,000 Democrats that voted. But the thing is that if you take a look at, pardon me? I didn't hear that. Okay.
What's that number again, please? I'm taking notes.
I'll give you this paper.
Okay, go ahead.
But the thing is that they had 37,000 registered voters. So that means there's 30,000 people out there that didn't vote for the Democrats. You know, so we have a huge audience to draw from. I also printed these things out. This again, I mean, to the old timers, you know how to do this. To the youngsters, us youngsters, you might not know, but this is how the various precincts did and who ran against them. And I thought was, you know, really outstanding is, I think Mary Ann beat the Democrat, right? You pulled in more votes than the Democrat, Mary Ann?
I don't know.
Yeah, 2,000. You got 208, and the person who ran against you or with you, Calvin, got 201. But all the rest of them, we didn't. And all the rest, Hunts, you see it? There's one page for the Republicans and one page for the Democrats. So the other thing I put down here is I did a printout, and again, everybody can do this. All the committee people can do this. And I went to the Republican database, the GOP database. And you go in there and you can print these out. Now this is in your file folder if you have this area. And they're all, it's in alphabetical order. And the first is how often they vote. That's the first column on the right, is how often they vote. Second is what the party is. One is Republican, 6 is Democratic, and then the third column over is what their age is. And so I would like to propose that at least the precinct captains and the assistant, we call them captains, I'm from Chicago, committeemen, put in at least 10 minutes a day, just 10 minutes a day. That's an hour a week, you got Sunday off. And if we can, at each meeting, bring an extra person. You know, by the time 2022 runs around, we're going to be in a situation to be able to do something with the Democrats. 30,000 are non-Democrats. I mean, it's a huge number, 30,000. So anyway, that's about it. That's the agenda. Oh, also I wanted to say too, is on the meetings, I was thinking about having the meetings in Zoom, and then also to have the meetings broken down into 30-minute segments. So the first 30-minute segments would be us guys. And before the meeting starts, we would have everybody put in writing what you want to say at the meeting. Then the meeting's over after 30 minutes. Then the next 30 minutes would be some speaker who would draw in additional people into the organization. So I've already talked to the mayor, I've talked to the chief of police, and they were both interested in becoming involved in the Republican Party on a non-political basis. You know, so they're not going to push us over the Democrats. But hopefully what we'll do is we'll bring in a subject that everybody's interested in, and then we can grow it that way.
Oh, sorry.
I'm done.
You're done?
Does anybody have any questions for Camille? The chairman is the most important position, so if anybody has questions, now's the time to ask it before the vote. No? Anybody have questions for Bill?
No, I'm just kind of disappointed that I didn't have a packet for my precinct. She didn't get one for
Well,
her
I thought I
precinct.
explained that. What happened is my computer broke down, and I didn't get a lot of the stuff printed out that I wanted to. I understand your disappointment. You can come by the house and I have it done probably tomorrow. I'll try anyway. I'll see if I can get it fixed.
Did anybody else not get a packet?
Anyone what?
Let's raise our hand.
Well, here's the other
If you
thing.
didn't get one,
Yeah, well,
Lockport 5.
So can I just make a comment?
And that,
Can I make a comment? So in the situation that LTRO is in right now, I think Camille would be the best candidate for chairman because she is more of a calming, bring together spirit than Bill, I think, at this time. Bill, you're a hard worker, you're a go-getter. Sometimes you say things that may be a little sexist or put people off. I think at this time, Camille might be the best candidate. That's just my 2 cents.
that's an endorsement.
okay.
No, it's just a comment,
Her opinion.
my opinion.
Thank you for your comments on that. Anybody else have questions, comments about Bill or Camille?
This is a one-year term, correct?
Yeah, these terms will expire next primary. So it's about a year term. So while these positions, you're filling an unfilled term, it's about a year. Whenever the next primary is, I didn't look in that. It's probably around April, so it's about a year term. So the new officers can't do too much damage in here, hopefully.
I'll look
I
at
will
what she has
also
on.
make a comment.
Go ahead.
I do think like
Thanks.
Bill does have a good plan, and I actually really like that he printed these out for us to be able to understand. And I don't really know where I would have gotten this information, so it's good to have. But I think since the term is only 1 year, it would be nice to focus on ourselves too internally. And I do think like Camille, at least for the part, would be able to help build what are like internal problems within the organization. So this is all good for expansion, but I think we need to focus inside.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay, let's take a vote. We'll start with Camille. Who would like Camille as our next chairman? All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5. All right, for Bill. All right, we'll start Andrew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Abstain.
Same, all right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14. My vote and Victor's. Okay.
And who was the third person? We have two.
No, just the two.
Just the two?
Just the two.
Okay, I thought somebody else was.
Okay.
No, not me.
Okay, so we're all done. Bill is new chairman, Ed vice chair, Bill secretary, and Judy treasurer. So let's have a round of applause for them. For these high-paying positions. All right, thank you very much for everybody.
Do some damage, that's good, isn't it?
Now we go out.
Yeah, we're gonna. Officers, new chairman is Bill Pasalia. Vice chair is Ed Biane. Secretary Bill Cooper, and treasurer is Judy Crowder.
You're not that tall.
Bill's gonna take it over there with new and old business.
All right, so we got the election. Do we have to pound on this first?
Sure.
All right. We got the new officers. Okay. Any new business? Yes.
Hand up over there.
I would ask that anybody here that's a Republican and has a Democratic sign in front of their house, take it down. That's all I ask.
Don't
Yes.
don't count on it.
Wait a
I'm just
minute.
asking. I'm just asking.
Hey, you know, one thing I gotta tell you guys, one thing I'm not gonna tolerate, and it's not gonna happen,
I raised my
is,
hand and I was very
will you let me get finished? You're done, you shut up.
No. Don't
When I go-
don't tell me to shut up. I was super polite. Super polite, Bill.
Okay, if you have the floor and you're given the floor, you may take the floor.
I asked.
There
that's
will
it.
not be any uprisings, or I will take the necessary steps.
I totally agree with you. I'm not here to argue. I just asked
Yes.
a question.
So a few months ago, my name is Jessica Kennedy. I requested a few precinct committeemen be appointed to various vacant precincts.
Okay.
So this was sent to former Chairman Delaney. It was presented at the last meeting. So the candidates that we've presented are still here tonight. I would like to respectfully request that the board consider myself for chairman for precinct 4, my husband Brian for chairman for precinct 6.
Just a moment, chairman?
I'm sorry, precinct committee. Precinct committee.
Hey,
Chairman's
and it's person, I've been corrected enough.
Committee man.
Or per daughter,
Thank you, Jessica.
Precinct committee persons for these precincts. So myself, Jessica Kennedy for precinct 4, which is in Romeoville. I live in Lakewood Falls. Precinct 6, I'm a former precinct 6 committee person. My husband, Brian Kennedy, who lives in precinct 6, I'd like to request a nomination for Brian Kennedy for precinct 6, Don Salvino for open precinct 23, and Greg Biggis for open precinct 24. I'd also like to ask if precincts 20 and precincts 21 have been vacated as of tonight. So, and if we need to start looking for committee people for those precincts, and what we can do to assist.
Okay, that was, you won the race because I couldn't get all that was so fast. So I'm trying to take notes. Do you have a sheet for me then?
I do.
Perfect.
Okay, for all nominations, what I would like to, and then also if you want to present something at the meetings, I would like to have that in writing ahead of time, so that we can keep the meetings, as quick as possible. I'm particularly sensitive to, mothers. They've got babysitters at home that they have to get home to, so I sensitive to that. So, this is my first time. Anybody that wants to be a committee person, I'd like to interview, and I'd like to have a resume sent, to me via the email. Okay.
And Mr. Casalia, which email would that be?
My last name, Pasalia.
Spell.
Passaglia @ AOL.com.
/MAFIA, right?
So if I can just repeat, please, PASSA.
GLIA.
At AOL.com?
Okay, any other new backwards? You said it was kind of new and old. Yeah, anything else? Okay, if there's nothing else, we should adjourn the meeting. I need a motion.
Motion?
I'll second it.
All right, it's been given and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, have a beautiful evening.